it's a little like our investment situation, only transferred over to insurance. We don't build the business around it, but we are ready when the time comes. And Ajit is an asset that no other company in the world has. And we work him. and we actually enjoy a lot talking to each other about these kind of risks because he'll ask me to think about what the price should be, and he'll think about, we don't tell each other ahead of time, and then I'll name it, and then he'll say, have you lost your mind, Warren? You know, and then he'll point something out to me that I've overlooked. And it's a lot of fun, and it's made us a lot of money. And the shareholders of Berkshire Hathaway are extraordinarily, you can't hire people like Ajit. I mean, you know, you get them once in a lifetime. Charlie?
I don't think we helped him very much. It's really difficult.
There will be a time when, I mean, I probably won't be around then, but there will be a time occasionally, just like in financial markets, when things are happening in the insurance world, and basically Berkshire will be the only one, virtually the only one people turn to.
But in the past, Ajit, talking to you, has added more than $50 billion to the balance sheet of Berkshire by making these oddball calls.
And if he hadn't talked to me, it'd be probably 49.9 billion. Yeah. But you don't want to try. Don't try this at home. I mean,
yeah, that doesn't mean it's easy.
No, and it's not very teachable. I mean,
no, it isn't very teachable.
No,
you're right.
No, it is not. It's not something that Berkshire has some secret formula someplace for. It basically is a very unusual talent with the Ajit, and
we're not holding anything back. It's hard.
Okay, Jay.
This question is on Berkshire's relationship with 3G Capital. Kraft Heinz's recent challenges have raised questions about whether Berkshire's partnership with 3G has become a weakness for Berkshire. Warren, what are your thoughts on this? And would Berkshire be open to partnering again with 3G in a major acquisition?
Yeah, they are our partners, and we joined them at a one-page agreement, which I haven't even actually ever reread. I mean, it's a Georgie Paulo is a good friend of mine. I think he's a marvelous human being, and I'm pleased we made that. We are partners. It's conceivable that something would come up. They have more of a taste for leverage than we do, and they probably have more of a taste for paying up, but they also are, in certain types of situations, they'd be way better operators than we would. I mean, they go into situations that need improvement, and they have improved them, but I think both they and we, I know we, did underestimate not what the consumer is doing so much, but what the retailer is. And at See's Candy, we sell directly to the consumer, but at Kraft Heinz, they're intermediaries. And those intermediaries are trying to make money. We're trying to make money, and the brand is our protection against the intermediaries making all the money. Costco tried to drop Coca-Cola back in, I think, 2008, and you can't drop Coca-Cola, and not disappoint a lot of customers. Snickers bars are the #1 candy that Mars makes them, and they've been #1, I think, for 30 or 40 years. And if you walk into a drugstore and the guy says, I've got the Snickers is 75 cents or whatever it might be, and I've got this special little bar we make, my wife and I make in the back of the store, and it's only 50 cents and it's just as good. You don't buy it. When you're at some other place, the next time you buy the Snickers bar. So brands can be enormously valuable, but many of the brands are dependent, most of them. Geico is not. Geico goes directly to the consumer. If we save the consumer money on insurance, they're going to buy it from us. And our brand, we'll spend well over $1.5 billion on advertising this year, and you think, my God, we started this in 1936, and we were saying the same thing then about saving 15% in 15 minutes or something. It was not exactly the same, but that brand is huge, and we have to come through on the promise we give, which is to save people significant money on insurance, a great many people. That brand is huge, and we're dealing directly with the consumer. And when you're selling Kool-Aid or ketchup or Heinz 57 sauce or something, you are going through a channel, and they would, as the phrase was used earlier today, our gross margin is their opportunity, and we think that the ultimate consumer is going to force them to have our product, and that we will get the gross margin. And that fight, that tension has increased in the last 5 years, and I think it's likely to increase in the next 5 or 10 years. And Charlie is a director of a company that has caused me to think a lot about that subject. Charlie?
Well, what I think is interesting about the 3G situation, there's a long series of transactions that worked very well. And finally, there was one transaction at the end that didn't work so well. That is a very normal outcome of success in a big place with a lot of young men who want to get rich quick. And it just happens again and again. And you want to be careful. It's so much easier to take the good ideas and push them to wretched excess.
Yeah, no idea is good at any price, and the price element is probably something that we worried more about generally than our partners. But we are their partners in Kraft Heinz, and it's not at all inconceivable that we could be partners in some other transaction in the future. Okay, station 8.
Hello, Warren and Charlie. Consumer tastes are changing. I think if we asked how many people here in the arena have eaten Velveeta cheese in the last year or so, there'd be only a small handful, maybe more for Jell-O. 3G's playbook of cutting R&D looks to have stifled new product development amidst changing preferences. So here's my question. Why continue to hold when the moat appears to be dry, or do you think it is filling back up?
Well, I don't think the problem was that they cut research or something. I think the problem was they paid a little too much for the last acquisition.
Yeah, Jell-O, I can't give you the exact figure. There's certain brands that may be declining 2% a year, 3% a year in unit sales, and there's others that are growing 1 or 2%. There's not dramatic changes taking place at all. I mean, Kraft Heinz is earning more money than Kraft and Heinz were earning 6 or 7 years ago. I mean, and the products are being used in a huge way. Now, it's true that there are always trends going to some degree, but they have not fallen apart remotely. And they have widened the margin somewhat, but it is tougher in terms of the margin and the price negotiations probably to go through to the actual consumer. That's become a somewhat tougher passageway for all food companies than it was 10 years ago. It's still a terrific business.